Good morning, coffee people. I hope you're having a great day, a great morning, a great evening, a great week. Whatever's great, I hope it's great. So I wanted to do a coffee this morning. We're going to be gone for the rest of the week down to Nashville. So I wanted to do a coffee this morning, but I wanted to do something a little bit different, I guess, but not the same, but different, but the same, but different. So someone that watched my video, two people, well, the first person is Markuato, said that was actually entertaining. Thank you. The other one was Werner Duvenage, I'm going to say. Big smiley face. The other person's got coffee, which I really like, but I also like the smiley face. The water was running through way too fast. I need to have a slow flow all the way through to get a better extraction. I also need a finer grind for the Moka Pot, almost to an espresso grind. Lower heat, and as soon as it starts flowing, remove it from the heat. When it stops flowing, put it back onto the heat. They do mention James Hoffman, which is how I started the Moka Pot technique, but I've kind of gone away from that unknowingly, trying to do it faster with a little bit more of a shortcut. Obviously, this very observant viewer, who I really appreciate, thank you for watching, and thank you for your constructive criticism, I really appreciate it, gave me this little bit of an instruction to follow. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to go back, I'm going to revisit the maca. We're going to do exactly what they say here. Try to do a finer grind. I don't know if that's going to be able to do a finer grind. We'll see. We're going to lower the heat. I'm not going to have it up so high, and then as soon as it starts flowing, I'm going to pull it off the heat. And then when it stops flowing, I'm going to put it back on. They mentioned that it was too fast of a draw up and too watery. So we're going to see if I can make it right. So I'm going to try a finer grind. The last time I think I did about a 10. Which this thing went through fairly easily, and I was kind of impressed by that. I don't know, the Encore's really struggles with really fine grinds, but I'm gonna try it. Oh, it smells so nice. So we're gonna try it with a Peruvian here. I'm going to do between 26 and 27 grams. Nope, that's way too much. I don't want too much because I don't want to overfill the basket in there. It's very temperamental. I'd say 25 is good. So we're gonna grind down about 25 grams of coffee. It's at a 10 right now. I'm gonna reduce it to about a 7, 6. Yeah, it's about a 6. So I'm gonna try about a 6. We'll see what happens. We'll see how long this takes. Okay. Look at all the stuff that kind of blew back up through there. All of the seed, or the pods and whatnot that kind of got broken up but didn't go all the way through. That's pretty interesting. To me, that's pretty interesting. So, all right. Everything's fine. Everything's great. They didn't mention in their post whether the little filter thing at the bottom made a difference. Let's do it without the filter this time. So I'm gonna do it without a filter. We'll just see how that works. I know that there will be some bits at the bottom, that's fine. We're here to take a look at what that poster posted and see if we can make it as good as they make it. That is a much finer grind, I would say. I'm gonna stick a fork in there now, break up the clumps a little bit. I do need one of those little spiny things. But yeah, boy, that's a super fine. I didn't know that this could get down this fine. That's absolutely fantastic. That's very fine. Wow. Well, if I ever need to make espresso, at least I know I can almost, if not basically, get there with this device. It must be getting better with age. Very close. We're very close with that. Yeah, boy, I'll tell you, it was a very uneventful weekend. No, it was nice. Really didn't do much. Slept a lot on Sunday. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm just sleeping a lot in the afternoons on Sunday. I guess it's once you get past a certain age, naps are great. Even though I'm still at the point where I'm old enough to get up and be like, God, I just wasted 4 hours napping on my chair when I could have been doing something else. Completely not productive at all, but I could have been doing something else. So you know, we're working with that now. Okay. Let's get this going here, and we don't need the scale anymore. Thank you. All right, so we want to fill it right up here to the safety relief valve right near the bottom. This is going to make this aluminum vessel from Bialetti very hot, very hot. So we are going to do our best to not burn ourselves. We're going to take a towel, we're going to wrap it around the bottom. And then we're going to put our coffee in our filter here. There's a fun powdery boulder. Let me smooth it out a little bit here, just a little bit, so I can get the rest in there. We're not packing it down, we're just moving it around. Filling some of the holes just a little. I guess it is kind of packing down, isn't it? Just a little bit. But I'm not compressing it. I am just packing it down. That's a very nice powder. It's a very, very fine powder. Thank you for giving me the confidence to dial it down. It didn't take very long either, which is really nice. That's always helpful. I figured it would take a while. The last time I tried to do an incredibly fine grind on this grinder, it wouldn't go. So, all right, so we're gonna drop this in here. Nothing came out, it's not floating, we're in great shape. Now for the hot part. All right. Pretty excited about this. I like retrying things. I mean, I've done this a couple of times. It's nice to be able to try and do it correctly. Because like I said, I've watched the James Hoffmann method several times, and for some reason I've just started straying from it. And not intentionally, just because I'm like, you know what, if I just feather the heat, it'll be fine. But then I forgot, you know, you want to start with a low heat anyway, because I've been blasting it all the way up to high, and we want to do medium. We'll do a medium heat, and then when it starts going, we'll turn the heat off. And then it'll stop, and then we'll put the heat back on, and then it'll start again, and we'll take the heat off. It takes a little bit longer, and that's probably why I started futzing around with the process, is because, you know, gotta get it done quick when you don't have to get it done quick. And that's one of my fundamental things that I'd forgotten. You know, coffee is a process. Coffee for a hobby is fun, you know, and if you find yourself making shortcuts in the fun, then it must not be fun anymore. So, you know, that's completely my fault. So, and also something else in the James Hoffmann method, he's using a hot plate. It's not gas, it's electric. And then he puts this nice diffuser over top of the electric coils in order to disperse the heat better. I don't really have that. I have gas heat. Maybe one of those dispersal things might work nicer with this, but this is what I have for now. So, and I figured, you know, if you turn the heat down, that would be enough, but it's not going to be enough, is it? We're going to have to move it off the heat, wait for it to stop, then we'll put it back on the heat, and then we'll have it go again, and then we'll take it off the heat. And hopefully we'll get a nice, thicker, rich. Another reason why it may not have been as thick and seemed more watery in consistency was because I did have that paper filter in between the pot itself and the reservoir. So maybe that's why it was a little less thick. Keep that in mind as well. I don't know if this will be quicker or not. I have it set to medium heat, and we're just gonna let it go. What are we doing here, huh? What are we doing here? You're a silly little thing. You don't come into the kitchen. I don't even know why you're in here. You don't normally come into the kitchen. Very strange. Oh, I hear it. I hear the gurgle. Probably come a little faster too. Take her down to a nice slower heat here. Let's see what happens. So when it starts coming up, we'll pull it off the heat. I'll put it in the burner in front of me, which has no heat going. And then when it stops, we'll transfer it over because they had said that it's going through too fast. The Moka Pot, you have to be slow and strategic. I'm just kidding. But to be slow is better because you get better extraction. And they were absolutely right about that. You get more extraction the slower everything goes. Here it comes. Oh, look at that. Yes, that's a nice... definitely a lot darker than the other one. They always start out dark though. All right, so we're going to take it off of the heat. It's so fun to watch it go. And you look at it, and as an American, I'm like, that's going to taste like chocolate. It's obviously not going to taste like chocolate. It certainly doesn't smell like chocolate. It smells like a wonderful, very rich coffee. All right, we're going to put that back on for a couple of seconds. We're going to let it get going again. Okay, we're going to take it off. I'm probably not doing this absolutely correctly. I should have watched the James Hoffman method again, but I wanted to go by what the person that left the message said. You know, once it starts going, take it off the heat. Once it starts slowing down again, put it back on the heat. And then just do that until you've filled everything up. And look, it just starts right back up. I mean, you know, that seems ideal. You know, and again, it's a slower flow. It's getting every ounce extracted from that bed of coffee, which is exactly what you want. All right, so we're going to take it off now. There you go. Fascinating. This always just fascinates me. It just does. It's just so neat. And, you know, it's just, hang on, we're not done yet though. Yeah, we're not done yet, are we? Tell them we're not done yet. I'm going to transfer it back over to the heat now because it seems to have stopped. Okay, but it's still bubbling up inside of there, so it's going to reactivate fairly quickly. Yeah, look at that. Okay, we're going to take it off now. Take it off. Take it off. Okay. It does look remarkably darker. I do not know if that's because, and we'll have to try this when we get back. I do not know if that is because I didn't put a filter on it this time or if it's this method. I would say it's probably both. Like I said, I had a small little paper filter. Are you laying down? I had the paper filter at the base of the pot here, and it caught a lot of the particulates. All of the particulates, really. There were none in the cup at all. Yeah, look at that. Right off of there. So everything came through clean. So maybe that's why it seemed a little less thick. But then again, you said that it all came through too fast. So that would tell me that the paper should be slowing down everything that's happening. So if it still came through too fast, that means I'm getting very under-extracted coffee. And that's not what we want. We do not want under-extracted coffee. It's a very full pot. I think I've hit it. Look at that. Thank you so much for posting. I enjoy the feedback. I enjoy positive feedback. I enjoy letting me know what I may have done wrong, what I can do to make it better. That's always something that anyone with a hobby should be looking for, is how can I make this better? And this looks better. It's going to be hot as hell, so I'm going to have to wait a minute, which is fine. But yeah, I mean, look at that. Very controlled. I'll bet we used almost every ounce of water that funnel could touch. It's a very dark, very rich looking coffee. I'm very excited to pour it out in my little cup here. It's going to be incredibly strong because it's going to be very extracted. More extracted than I've done before, apparently, which is, you know, I'm looking forward to, actually. So... aluminum, very hot. The Bialettis, all aluminum, all very hot. We'll keep this on the side over here. So let's pour ourselves a cup, but let me do it this way. Do I have your permission to record? Now you're gonna ignore me. Okay. That pour was actually really seemed a lot thicker. Again, you know, it's okay, sweetheart. I know you want me to go downstairs. I mean, go downstairs so you can sit down next to me is what you want. But the smell, it's so strong and so rich, and it's got so much going through it. A very vibrant smell. I don't know if it's too hot to drink. We'll give it a try anyway. Oh God, that texture is amazing. Wow. You've completely changed the way I'm gonna make these from now on. No more shortcuts, no more trying to just wing it, make it faster. We have to, we gotta take our time. We always have to take our time. If it's something that we enjoy and love, we should enjoy the time that we take with it. There's a little bit of sweetness with it. Definitely the cocoa notes and almond shine through really, really strongly. Texture. And I'm going to use a weird term, mouthfeel. It just grabs you. And, you know, it's not silty at all. I mean, that's all still at the bottom of that. So, yeah, boy. And it's sweet. It's so sweet. Compared to how I've done it before. Thank you so much for your comment. I really appreciate it. You've definitely made this a lot better experience for me. I had worried that I wasn't going to get the taste for it, but it was basically because I was doing it, I don't want to say incorrectly, but I was doing it in a way that was not giving me the best coffee experience, which means I was doing it incorrectly, which is fine. It's all about learning. Oh my gosh, that is wonderful. I don't even need to add anything to that. That's just great. I'm going to finish this pot. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It's such a rich, dark look to it, and you're not going to get any crema with this because there's no pressure associated, so it's just all coffee. There's no foam at the top at all. Even though it does look like it at the start, that's just the initial push, really. And I think it's mostly just the gases escaping at that point from the coffee because water is pushing out all the gas. So good. Thank you so much for your post. And if anybody else has any questions or say, hey, try this a different way, I will take constructive criticism all day. I will also take compliments. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate every single one of you. It's great that you tune in. And I hope that you have a great day. I hope you have a great week. We'll see you next week. I've got something really silly planned for next Tuesday. It'll be very interesting. And I hope it works out, because if it works out, it could be absolutely amazing. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye. So hey, one more thing, I guess. I wanted to show you, I took the top off. Look at the bed. The bed's very interesting. Not even, but may have been partially my fault. I may have overfilled one side and didn't pack down enough on the other side. Looks like a brownie, doesn't it?